Hey, what's up guys? Matt here. Welcome to Matt Drives a Car and Talks About Books some more. Hey, it is a great day. It is Monday, April 14th, and I've been really enjoying the books that I've been reading lately. What's been fun is that they've been rereads. So, I've been reading fantasy fiction. I'm actually reading I think it's a historical fiction. I think that's what it's called, one of the books. But also, I've been doing a lot of Bible reading. So, I'll kind of go through what I'm currently reading, what I'm going to read, and and then I'll do my Bible. I'll separate my Bible from the fantasy things. We'll see, because, the Bible is not fantasy, it is real. So, let's start with the currently reading. I am currently reading New Spring by Robert Jordan, the prequel in the Wheel of Time series. Now, this for me is a reread. I'll get into why I'm doing that in just a moment. But wow, do I love Robert Jordan's writing. Do I love his prose? Do I love his describing the room and the world and the magic around the world? It's just amazing, and I'm really happy to be reading The Wheel of Time again. I don't know if I'm going to read the entire series. I'm just doing New Spring right now because of the TV series that's out on Amazon Prime. The final episode of season 3 is out this Thursday, so catch up. We're currently reading New Spring by Robert Jordan. I am also listening on audiobook a book called Master and Commander by Patrick O'Brien. Now, this is a historical fiction, I think. It is in the 18th century of a Royal Navy captain captaining a ship. I just started it. It's pretty interesting so far. I'm really enjoying it. It actually came about, my wife and I were watching Parks and Recreation, and Ron Swanson was reading a boat book, or a book about boats or something like that. And he showed a picture of it, and it was this Patrick O'Brien book. However, it was the Patrick O'Brien book, what was it, like Odes of Confrontation or something like that, or like, I don't know, whatever it was the 14th book in this series. So I don't really like starting series that far ahead, and it was kind of a joke. I'm going to read this book that Ron Swanson was reading from Parks and Rec. But I started Master and Commander, the first book in the series, from 1969, by the way. And my goodness, it was great. It's great so far. It's super fun. It's super beautifully written. I love the dialogue. The setting is really neat. I'm really excited to get another nautical fantasy book, I guess. Fiction. It's a fiction. It's a historical fiction, but it's really good. I'm really excited to read Master and Commander by Patrick O'Brien. Okay, that is what I am currently reading. What I have read. Okay, I have read Edgedancer by Brandon Sanderson, Dawnshard by Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, Sixth of the Dusk by Brandon Sanderson, Shadows of Silence in the Forests of Hell by Brandon Sanderson, and most recently, Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I'm doing a reread of the Stormlight Archive so that I can get up to Wind and Truth, which I'm very, very cautious about. I'm excited about it. If you saw a recent video, I'll put it up one of these sides. I'll put it up here. You can watch it. It's my Brandon Sanderson reading plan. And I'm taking a little pause from my Brandon Sanderson reading plan. Now, why? Because as of right now, April 14th, 2025, I have read nearly 1 million words written by Brandon Sanderson in the Cosmere. Now, most of those books were a reread. Most of the Stormlight Archive was a reread. Shadows of Silence and 6 of the Dusk were not a reread. Those are new reads, and they were really great. Reviews on my website and in my Goodreads. But the Stormlight Archive has been a reread for me, like I said. So, rereading these books, these massive books, have been really exciting because I've been annotating them and highlighting them and marking them up and putting tabs in them. Oh, it's been great. It's been awesome. It's been really neat to re-energize myself and reinvest myself in the world of the Cosmere, specifically Roshar. But we'll see. Here is what I'm going to do. That's what I've been reading. With other books interspersed. That was kind of an overarching Brandon Sanderson rereading, or currently reading, or have been reading. But now, what I'm going to be reading, okay? All right, so I've got the Wheel of Time, New Spring, and Master and Commander by Patrick O'Brien. But what I'm going to read after I finish New Spring, I am going to read The Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. I don't know. I know it's a book that a lot of fantasy booktubers really like and fantasy readers really like. I think. I just know that name, and The Dragonbone Chair is like, oh, you have to read The Dragonbone Chair. So, I'm reading The Dragonbone Chair. I'm going to drink some water. So, after New Spring, Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. I'm not jumping right back into The Wheel of Time or the Cosmere just for a second, because after I finish The Dragonbone Chair, I'm going to read Deadhouse Gates by Steven Erikson. That's right. Steven Erikson of the Malazan Book of the Fallen series. I've got like the first 4 books in Malazan. And I had planned on reading them, and then I started this Brandon Sanderson Cosmere stuff a few weeks ago, or a couple months ago, so I got a little lost. But I'm going to read Dragonbone Chair, then Deadhouse Gates. I'm excited for that one. I know Gardens of the Moon was great, and I've been racking my brain. There might be a chapter marker here. I've been racking my brain about doing rereads and like catching up with the series that I've read to read more. I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore. As of right now, I don't know if I'm going to do much more rereading after I reread Stormlight Archive. As I've been reading the Stormlight Archive, been rereading it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And with Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive, each book is about 400,000 words. So it's a lot of words. It's a lot of time. Like, oh yeah, I remember that. Now, I will say, Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive, and probably all books that you reread, you'll get new nuggets. You'll get new nuggets of things that you didn't notice. Having read so far into the series and coming back to read, you'll be like, oh, I did not recognize that. So that's been fun. But it's almost like glacial progress in reading the series, because I got the new book and I stopped and I went back. Now, it's been some time since I've read the Stormlight Archive. In a sense, last year, 2 years ago, I read the Stormlight Archive. Last year, I read Rhythm of War. So I put my audiobooks in for the Stormlight Archive and kind of jumped around. I was like, blah, 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 blah. Yep, honor is dead. Blah, 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 blah. You can't have my pain. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Kinda. That's kind of how I did that with the Stormlight Archive reread last year. Now, why am I doing a reread this year? Well, I like my, to be completely honest, I like my books read count on Goodreads to be good. Right now, I've read 21 books in the 2025, the year of our Lord. And it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think after I finish the Stormlight Archive reread, I don't think I'm gonna do like a Gardens of the Moon reread to get back into Deadhouse Gates. I think I'm just gonna keep moving forward, keep pushing forward. I think that would be helpful for my brain. So that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try not to do rereads. But if I get into a new, back to a series, and I'm like, what on earth happened before this book, then maybe I'll watch a video, but that really doesn't give you the full effect. See, my brain is still being racked. I do not know the answer, okay? I don't know the answer. Now, after Deadhouse Gates, I'll get back into the Stormlight Archive with Oathbringer. So, that's that. Now it's Bible time. Okay, as most of you know, or may not know, maybe some of you know, I'm a pastor now. I became a pastor last year, was selected from my church, offered the position of pastor at my church, and I have been a pastor since November of 2024. And it's been incredible. It's been an awesome journey so far. I just preached Sunday, which would be yesterday, about new faith from Acts 13, and it's great. Man, I'm so happy to be in this position. God has blessed me more than I could ever know. You know, God is so good to me and my family and to our church. Oh, it's been a wonderful ride. With that comes reading my Bible again. I before I stepped into this pastor role, I have been reading my Bible, but it's been kind of sporadic. I've been kind of like in and out of reading my Bible and kind of just going to class and reading it during our class, and like during the sermon I would open my Bible, but now I am reading it every single day. I had planned on doing a Bible year plan. I even made a web app to do Bible plans. I'll link that below. And I was going strong on a Bible plan, but then it kind of just, it felt a little bit like a plan to me. Convenient. So I stopped. I stopped doing my Bible plan, and now I'm just engrossed in the Word. Every day, I'm reading my Bible. Somewhere in my Bible. My wife, myself, my son, and my daughter, we read a chapter of a book a night in our Bible. Right now we're in Romans. We had finished Matthew and Ruth, and now we're in Romans, and it's great. I'm also teaching our Sunday school class. We're going through the book of Joshua now, and I actually just went through my Wednesday night class, taught through the entire book of Joshua, so that was that. And now we're doing an Easter series on Wednesday, but so I'm really ingrained in the Gospels right now. I'm also, in my personal reading, I'm reading through the book of Judges. I'm doing some Bible reading plans on the Bible app. The Bible app has been great for me. The reading plans have been really helpful. It really keeps track of things. It reminds me to get back in the Word, and I usually read the Bible when I'm putting my son to sleep. I'm also doing a personal study through the book of Exodus. That was where I stopped my reading plan. I was reading like 3 chapters a day or something like that in my reading plan, and it was good. It was a good plan, but I wanted to really understand what I'm reading. So now basically a chapter a day is basically what I get in my personal study as I'm through Exodus. I've got a highlight, I've got a pin that I'm underlining, and I got a new what's that thing called? A ruler. I've got a ruler to make my highlights really nice. So I'm reading through Exodus and like marking up what the Hebrew is and like adding my references into the word as I'm writing. It's a really cool, really awesome time to be a pastor, to have the Bible. It's good stuff. Now, I think it's almost Easter, by the way. It's April 14th. Easter will be the 20th this year. But yeah, it's been great. I've been loving my Bible read. It's almost been, is this truck turning? What is that? No. Matt's driving. I don't know why I said my name in third person. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm reading. That's what I have been reading, what I'm going to read, and my Bible talk. Yeah, I'm really happy to have read what I've read. I'm really happy to be a part of this community. If you want to talk about anything, let me know. I'm excited to chat. Have a great day. Bye.